And children have to play inside so they don't disappear.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery.
Calling all angels.
Welcome, everybody, and good, happy day. I don't want to say the name of the day because you could be watching this on another day other than today, which would make the name of that day different.
Happy day.
Welcome to Rated R for Recovery. That's Rated R, the number 4, recovery.com. I'm an addict and alcoholic. My name is John.
Hey, John. Hey, John.
And
Alcoholic. My name is Joy. Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Hi, Joy. You might be saying to yourselves, what is Rated R for Recovery? We are a recovery-based, faith-driven program bringing hope, healing, and restoration to individuals and families impacted by addiction. Through interviews, sharing information, and entertainment, we strive to be a catalyst for change for all who wish to recover. We've been doing this for 5 months now. You think I would have memorized that, Joy?
Now, that's a long one.
It is. It's a lot. Yeah. Okay, we want to thank our sponsors. We don't give enough attention to our sponsors. So when you watch on YouTube, you'll be seeing all our sponsors. Hopefully, they're on our website, and that is JCI Solutions, painting contractors. If you need your house painted or your business painted, they're the ones to go to. You will get a significant discount when you call Mike at JCI Solutions. If you have somebody that's been arrested, good Lord, we don't know anybody that gets arrested, but if we do, we can call Shamrock Bail Bonds. And we call Brendan at Shamrock Bail Bonds at 239-332-2245. If it's really heavy duty, Brian Edwards is a criminal defense attorney, and Brian can help you out of all your, what would you call it? Legal help. And Brian comes on the show every once in a while, and he answers questions from the audience. Also, Phoenix House.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Phoenix House. Chris and Amanda do a great job with their new treatment center. And then my friends Rob and Andrea at Next Step, they are also sponsors of the show. A very significant, I'm saving the best to last because recently, in the last couple of weeks, we have partnered with Kimmy's Recovery Zone. And Kimmy's Recovery Zone has their own segment of the show called Kimmy's Corner, which we support wholeheartedly. We're together. Unity in the community. Would that be what we should say?
Yeah, I love that.
All right. Now, some exciting news, Joy.
All right.
Okay.
You got?
All right. We are starting this month, the month of May. We are on podcastplayground.com, which is a podcast site owned by Shaquille O'Neal and Gentry Thomas. That's right, Shaquille O'Neal, the tall guy, Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq, yeah. And we are going to be featured on their podcast network, and you can you'll find us when you go in there. Not only do they help us with that, but Spotify, Instagram, that TikTok thing, all those things that people like these days. And of course, we're on the Facebook. Like us on the Facebook and pass us around. All right. So, that being said, I think that's everything I needed to say right off the bat. This is my friend Shanna. Welcome her to the show. You got to talk.
To bribe people to come here.
I know, I do.
Hello, my name is Shanna and I'm an addict.
Hi, Shanna. Very good. Shanna, tell us a little bit about what it was like. What was it like?
Okay, well, I had a normal childhood. I had a mom, a stepdad. My dad really wasn't in my life. He was in prison. He was also an addict. Um, I moved to Florida from Colorado when I was 14, and then that's really when it started for me. I started, drinking and smoking pot, and by the time I was 15, I started doing cocaine. Um, there really wasn't much for us to do in Cape Coral at that time in the early 2000s, but go to house parties and, do copious amounts of drugs. So I did not graduate high school. I got kicked out for getting into fights every single day. I was an A student, but I could not put my hands on
What
people's
were you
children.
talking about?
What are you doing? People up?
I'm not really sure. I had an attitude and I didn't want anybody to talk to me. I was in a depression from moving from Colorado, and I'm sure the drugs and alcohol didn't help.
It's probably really hard for, how old were you when you left Colorado? 14?
14.
Yeah, so you're just, how all this network of friends, and then they pick you up and say, "We're going where you'll never see these kids again."
Yeah, I
And
started my
so you were
freshman
pissed
year
off.
there. Oh yeah, for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
I get whoa. All right. Is that
Hello.
sign of the Lord? Okay. S- So, so this progresses, this anger gets worse?
Yes, it did. And I went to beauty school. I graduated from beauty school. I got my high school diploma by doing the GED and multiple other tests. And I ended up moving out of my parents' house and getting into a relationship with my coke dealer and started selling cocaine.
How old
And
were you then? Were you still young?
I
Were
was
you
17.
17?
Yes.
Okay.
He's old enough to get a job.
Yeah. And old enough to sell Coke too, I guess. Very
I
good.
had both.
All right. So how did that work out?
Terrible. I ended up getting pregnant by him, and when I was about 6 months pregnant, he was abusive, so we got into one of those fights, and he dragged me down the stairs by my hair, and I had a miscarriage.
Oh, that's too
Mhm.
bad. Yeah. And where did we go from there? Were you able to break that off and walk away from him?
Yes, he did go to jail, but I did not press any charges. I just separated myself from him and got my own place, and I met who is now my ex-husband, and about a month or two later, I was pregnant again.
Okay.
Yeah. So I stayed sober for, my pregnancy. The His name is David. David left and I was alone, and he moved to Kentucky with some other woman, and so I just, I thought God wants me to have a baby, so I'm going to have this baby regardless.
People, the literature tells us that we are selfish and self-centered, and I do whatever I want, regardless of how it affects other people. And apparently, David did too. So David just walked away, but it's not something that I haven't done. Walked away from countless people, places, and things. And then, so you had the baby?
And then he came back,
Oh,
and I welcomed him with open arms, and I'm a little codependent,
maybe.
maybe. And so we were married for 13 years. Within those 13 years, we had two children together during the pregnancies. I was able to not do drugs, but outside of those pregnancies, alcohol was a big thing for me. I was a bartender, so drinking at work made work a little bit easier. And then, of course, the cocaine came into play.
Mm.
Um,
And it's more fun to drink when you're working.
it is.
It is, yeah, yeah. Just didn't work for me after a while.
Well,
All
in
right,
the bars, anyway.
well, what part of your life are you in right now? When did this go further south?
Well, I discovered Roxy's, and the first time that I ever did opiates, I thought that I had been put in heaven. Like that was my thing. I didn't have to care. I didn't feel anything. It gave me energy, like all the things that you look for. It was it for me.
While this drug addiction seemed to be progressing, how was life at home during this period of time?
Very toxic, very toxic. We put our hands on each other. Multiple, he would leave every other week and be gone for months, and then come back whenever I'd get my income tax check, or it benefited him.
And you just said, "Oh, sure, go
Yeah, I
on,
loved
come on."
him.
You did, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so keep going with this story. This is fascinating.
So, it went from, I was trying to get off of the Roxy's, and my bright idea was to go to my drug dealer and get some Xanax because that will calm me down and, put me to sleep or whatever. And through all of those fights, whenever we would fight, and we were fighting, so whenever we would fight, if I would leave and go to the bar and, not come home until 4 or 5 in the morning whenever the sun was coming up, basically. And so he said, take your daughter and so that you come home. And so I took my daughter to, the drug dealer's house, and he had slipped me something in my soda, and I woke up to him, hours later on top of me trying to rape me. So I got my daughter, I ran out of the house. It was raining. I drove a Dodge Durango that had very bare tires. And so I got lost in a neighborhood, and I went around a curve going probably about 10 miles an hour, but I slid into a culvert and hit I overextended my wheel, and so I hit a mailbox and then went into the culvert and hit a light pole. I could not get back out, and so the cops were called, and I got that was my second DUI, and DCF became involved.
Took your daughter? Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. And
How
so
old was she?
She was 2.
Okay, and she wasn't hurt.
No, she was still sleeping when the cops got
for
there.
those of you that don't know, my co-host Joy is a nurse, and she deals with. You get to see people coming off of drugs like Xanax and
Oh, yeah.
alcohol, and the devastation they cause. Where you can, there's different psychosis that goes along with these drugs, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I know that we're kind of preaching to the choir, but it's not easy. People, when they come off of drugs, they're just not clear for a while, but you can't tell them that. Me being one of them. It
Sure,
takes a while to clear your head, and no one believes that that's true.
sure. So now you got arrested. They took the daughter,
Hmm.
and then
Yep, I did 6 months in jail. I woke up, I had no idea what happened. I woke up in what they call prison pod here in Lee County,
yes, we know
which
that.
is, filled with the murder, any violent crimes. And because my child was in the car, they put me in there. I had no idea what happened. I woke up a week later. I guess, I mean, the fog in my brain is what I remember. I remember a week later. I obviously was up and had to eat and stuff, but I don't remember it from whatever that guy gave me. And I had a stack of papers about this big, which was my discovery, and that's how I
Why
found
don't you
out what
tell
had happened.
Why don't you tell the audience and the listeners at home or the people at home what a discovery is?
A discovery is basically, in my case, a book of, the events that happened in your arrest.
It's basically the police report that is given, so we have all the facts that we can prevent a defense, but also that the prosecutor can use to prosecute us as well. So were you done then? Was that it?
No,
Sober? Lived happily ever after?
I wish that was the case. I was in jail for 6 months, and then I got put on, I believe it was 3 years probation, and I went home to my mother's house. And I worked the DCF case, and it was probably about a month before I was over with the DCF case that I picked up again.
And how then did he were you able to manage when you picked up again?
No,
Or was it
it's
so
from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds.
and then so like let's get to the point where how bad it got, because it got pretty bad already,
Yeah.
but let's get to the point where how bad it got, and then what was the final straw that said I can't do this?
Well, the people that I was associating with got worse and worse. The people that my husband and I were dealing with were very bad people, and they ended up murdering my husband and kidnapping me. And yeah, so when the cops brought me in for questioning, I had a warrant for my arrest for that probation. And so they arrested me and they said, "We're saving your life right now." And I ended up waiting a year for drug court, and I did drug court. I was sober for 18 months. I completed drug court, and 6 months later, I went to prison for drug possession and possession of firearm as a convicted felon.
So you were in drug court, which drug court is supposed to be a way of treatment or helping you so you don't have to go to prison.
Right, but
Didn't work out that way.
I'm very hard-headed, and that's what I knew. I didn't know anything else at that point.
Okay, so that's a terrible tragedy. You said you had two children.
Yes.
Is that true? So the daughter was in the car that time with the accident.
Mm.
Where's the other child?
He was with his dad at home.
Okay, all right. Well, these children. Well, let's go to the fact where when you're done. Let's get to the point where whatever happened, where you said I can't do this anymore.
I got out of prison and my family had given up on me. I had nothing and I had to go back. Well, I thought I needed to go back to that hustle because I had nowhere to live and I had no money. I ended up starting to prostitute and live in hotels and sell drugs. And, a lot of that's everything just spiraled out of control more than before at that point I was just uncontrollable. I couldn't control myself. I couldn't, it was I was getting in more danger. It just got really, really crazy, and I got tired of selling myself. It ate away at me every single day that I did it, and I ended up homeless, and everything that I said I would never be, I ended up walking in those shoes. Anybody that I ever judged in my life for being lower, I experienced what they did.
And so again, what's the point where you said, I'm done?
I got sick of living. I was trying to kill myself every day. I would just play Russian roulette with my shots. I did the drugs intravenously, and I just would dump, a pile on and say, let's see if this does it. And that was a daily thing. And when I would wake up from overdoses by myself, still alive, it gets to you mentally. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to be homeless. I didn't want to feel the way I felt. I couldn't, I looked in the mirror and I didn't even know who I was seeing. Which,
Yeah, and all the drugs in the world can't make that go away
no,
anymore.
no, it wasn't fun for me anymore. It didn't give me that relief. It just made things worse and made me hate myself more. So, from drug court and being in the rooms of recovery, I knew where to go. And, I just took that leap. It took a couple detoxes in and out, actually four for me to actually get it. And I have 2.5 years sober today.
And
So I'm
that's why we never give up on alcoholics and addicts. We don't give up because if you don't die, there is a chance. There's a chance for everybody. And somebody may say you've had all the chances you need or whatever, but if you're still alive, we're still here.
exactly. Somebody said the exact thing to me today. So you went to the final detox, and then you proceeded to go to, I believe, a woman's sober facility.
Yes, I went to a sober facility and I started doing my 90 and 90. I got a sponsor that doesn't co-sign my crap, and she's brutal, man. But that's what I need.
And you subscribe to the 12-step recovery. Is that how you
Yes.
work this recovery program?
Hmm.
You went through some steps, did some service work, joined a home group.
Yeah.
So do you sponsor people?
Yes, I have four sponsees right now. I bring them to meetings. I go to detox in Port Charlotte on Mondays. Anybody that needs a ride, I bring them to meetings. I just do whatever I can. I go to all the events just to.
So it's one of these things that, because I can identify this as, like-minded people can also, I think, can identify, because I could get drugs any time of the day or night. Doesn't make, it could be 3:45 in the morning on a Wednesday. I'm gonna get what I want. So if I put that effort into the recovery process, and that mental obsession of the next drink or drug comes from how to help somebody else, it takes over, and then that all the stuff I do becomes natural. The praying, the reading, the calling somebody else, the going to meetings and praying, that all becomes a natural part of our life, doesn't it?
It does. And even when I was using drugs, I always wanted to help people. I thought that that was my calling, to help people. And in recovery, I'm able to do that in a healthy, balanced way.
What's life like today?
Life is amazing. I just wanted to get sober and, not to be able to look at myself in the mirror. And today, I, it's just crazy. I'm very, very happy. I have a great relationship. I have stepchildren. I own my own business, and
Wow.
Have your kids?
no, unfortunately, when I went to prison, they were adopted and to my husband's family, and they don't let me see my children.
And that's something that as long as you stay alive, that it's possible, that you don't know what the future holds. And I just want to say that to mention that I hear a lot about people who say, I got sober and now all my relationships are restored and everything's wonderful. I hear that, or I hear, no, I don't have any contact with my family. They won't speak to me. You never hear about the mess in between when we try to restore lives after people have been sober for a while. But you just never know what's going to happen, and that it's possible. There are possibilities for us as long as we stay sober and do the next right thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Would before we end this little segment here, would you? There's cameras up there, and if you could look into that camera like you were talking to another woman in recovery, and that's just coming in, what would you tell her? What's some messages of hope?
That you're worth it and that recovery is possible. It doesn't matter how far below that you've become, it is possible.
Thank you very much. Give Shanna a nice round of applause. Good job. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short pause right now. When we come back, yes, it's that moment you've all been waiting for. It's Kimmy's Corner on Rated R for Recovery and ratedrforrecovery.com right after this. Yep, Jim. Mute me.
Struggling with life's
Mute
challenges?
me.
At the Next Step, we're here to
Mute
guide
me.
you to
Mute
a
me.
brighter tomorrow. Whether it's counseling, recovery support, or simply finding hope, we provide the tools and community to help you
Check
rise.
1, 2.
Take the first step toward healing today. Visit thenextstep.org and discover how we can support your journey to wellness. Remember, every step forward is a step toward a better you. The Next Step, your path to hope, starts here. With offices in Fort Myers and Naples, 844-639-8371.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254. Not everyone has the luck of the Irish. If a friend or family member is in trouble, call Shamrock Bell Bonds. Put our number into your phone, 239-332-2245, 239-332-2245, or go online at gobailmeout.com. Shamrock Bell Bonds provides fast, reliable service. Shamrock Bell Bonds, 1528 Broadway, downtown Fort Myers. For the Shamrock, maybe luck will be on your side.
Hello, I'm Michael Manzi, owner of JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673. When starting this company 3 years ago, I had no clue that we would grow to what we have become. There is one thing I can say that we have done from the beginning is take pride in our work, making sure every customer we do work for is satisfied from beginning to end. Offering residential painting all the way to commercial painting with jobs done in a timely manner, with highly skilled professionals giving you top-of-the-line work. To help you create your new look, call JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673.
Struggling with addiction? You're not alone. At Phoenix House Project, we believe in second chances and brighter tomorrows. Our proven programs offer support, hope, and tools to rebuild your life. With expert care and a community that understands, transformation starts here. It's time to rise, reclaim your life, and become the best version of yourself. Visit phoenixhouseproject.squarespace.com today or call 239-244-7876. The journey to recovery begins with sober living. Phoenix House Project, where hope takes flight.
Kimmy's Recovery Zone, where hope meets action. We're here to guide the journey from treatment to thriving, healthy living. With peer support, public education, and vital resources like housing, employment, and Narcan training, we're building stronger communities. Ready to make an impact? Together, we're creating a network of recovery, resilience, and renewed lives. Kimmy's Recovery Zone, your hub for healing and hope. Visit us online today at kimmysrecoveryzone.org. It's not how we survive, it's how we thrive.
Join us for connection, encouragement, and real transformation. At Celebrate Recovery at Grace Church, we celebrate God's healing power through the 12 steps of recovery and the life-changing principles found in the Beatitudes. Whether you're overcoming a hurt, habit, or
43
hang-up,
seconds.
Celebrate Recovery offers a safe and supportive community where you can grow, heal,
Where's
and
John?
thrive. Add to your
35
recovery
seconds.
because you're not alone, and healing is possible. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at one of the 3 Grace Church locations. Learn more at egracechurch.com/recovery.
When children have to play inside so they don't disappear.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery, Rated R, the number 4 recovery.com. Joy,
Yes,
this is a exciting portion of the show.
I'm excited.
And
And
we
I'm
have,
excited.
ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the founder of Kimmy's Recovery Zone, Al. The CEO of Kimmy's Recovery Zone, Heidi. You got somebody yelled for you. They didn't yell for Al. I wasn't.
Really Al's show.
It is. And so what we do in this portion of the show is this is a business or an institution or somebody that not necessarily the person in recovery themselves, however, it doesn't eliminate that fact. And we talk to them about what they do in life and what their role is in the recovery community. So right now, I'll turn it over to Al.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all. Let's hear a little love out there, please. There's a little bit. Oh, I love it. Okay, good evening. Tonight's a great night, another great night, and we're going to talk to a dear friend of the community, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he does and how he does it and what motivated him to do it. So we want to introduce Eric to you. Eric, to the right. Okay, Eric, here we go. We're going to tell us a little bit about your business and why you chose the name Rapture Creator.
Cool. Fun question. Good icebreaker to start off here. So my name is Eric Anderson. I started Rapture Creative. Rapture Creative is a digital marketing agency. We primarily target service industry, trade businesses. The word rapture literally means intense pleasure or joy and passion in what I do. That's primarily why the name was chosen. I mean, every day that I wake up, I'm blessed to do what I love. And for me, that's pure rapture.
Nice.
Oh
Very
boy,
nice.
I like that. All right, so we're going to stay on there. And, what projects ignite you, lights the fire underneath you? What projects do you really get caught up
Found it
in?
out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what gets me going? So when it comes to projects, there's two avenues really. Number one would be nonprofit. I was heavily impacted by the nonprofit community. Many of you individuals have helped me along my way. And then, like I said, service industry. Why did I specifically choose trades, plumbers, electricians, agriculture business? Because a lot of them are like me. Woke up in a ditch one day, and next thing you know, they ended up starting a business, working hard every single day until eventually they started to see things flourish and they bring on their team. And when you bring on a team, it's a pretty magical experience when you get to see others thrive.
Now, you wouldn't believe this, but many alcoholics and addicts and people who have issues, like waking up in a ditch one day, do better when they have their own business rather than trying to work for somebody else.
Yeah, you couldn't tell me what to do. No, no, it's challenging for sure.
Yeah, I had a lot of my own businesses, but I couldn't keep them, so I started working for other people. So they told me what to do. And I'll stand here, stand there. I did well that way. But anyway, what stood out about Kimmy's mission that made you want to collaborate with us?
Great question. Um, So first things first was energy. I met Al. We kind of in this community. That's like 7 years ago. We had two RCOs at that time, kind of combating each other, cannibalizing each other, so to speak.
What's an RCO?
Recovery Community
There you
Organization.
go. Okay.
Yes, and so when that was going on, we were kind of there in the forefront trying to just collaborate, make things happen. And Al came in like the saint that he is and kind of brought a calm to the storm, so to speak. But most importantly, he brought his vision. And for me, like I said, rapture, passion, energy, like I believe in those things. I believe in, the power of prayer and manifestation and the things that come along to me. And in that point in my life where I was in my journey, Al was a sign from God, so to speak. That's the best way I can put it with the way that he spoke about it. But then, most importantly, when we're talking about multiple pathways to recovery, right? But having resources and the collaterals, most importantly, available to actually execute some of the things that we talk about. Because, I think the recovery community is big dreams, a lot of big dreams. And it's exciting, though, to see big action at the same time.
Okay, well, now share with us some of the choices you made in Kimmy's logo when we were sitting at the kitchen table, building up this logo, this great logo that you made.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the logo again was very personal to me. When you look at that rose, it's an open rose. It's not closed, so it is an open pathway, multiple pathways and entry points through that rose. Deep in that rose also has a ton of texture. And for me, when I ran into Al and we started talking about this, he brought the rose to the equation. My mother passed away when I was younger to cancer, and she was a big rose person. And so, again, that kind of just, for me, it was all of those pieces coming together. And honestly, to this day, it is the most passionate project I've ever executed when it comes to a collateral or an asset for a business.
And I can see sort of a path in that rose. You know what I mean? You can,
Mhm.
it's not closed. When you said open, I just assumed that that meant, just an open flower, but there are openings in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Beautiful. We're so glad to have connected with you, and this collaboration with you. You've been amazing for us. And that's why I'd like to ask about beyond the logo, in what other ways have you helped with our marketing efforts?
Well, I think the other ways that we've been able to help is just simply by asking, what can we do? I think for us, the company's in a very different spot than we were about 5 years ago. But, reached out a couple days ago because we have a golf event coming up and we're going to bring our social team out and be able to record some of that content, things like that. So, yeah,
Yeah, and we're really grateful to you for that.
So you help with marketing?
do, yes, primarily. I'm a big believer in like the blessings don't come to me, they flow through me. In which case, like if I don't continue to find something to ground me and as well as build the culture of our team to have that same mindset, right? Where giving back is really paramount if we want to see success.
So your work is artistic.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Because when you said you chose what, plumbers
Yep.
and so you help them with
With their marketing.
there you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do have a Gotham Gala coming up. The gala is May 16th. It's at the club at Gateway. And our golf event is May 17th, and we are looking for players. So just a little plug there.
Oh, I know one.
So we really appreciate Eric for helping us out with that as well. How do you tailor your marketing approach to fit organizations with deeply personal missions like Kimmy's?
I make time for it. I mean, honestly, that's the most simple answer. We obviously have a lot of dedicated time to our clients and what we actually have to accomplish. But again, as I mentioned before, for me, my ego is a very dangerous thing. The humility that I need to, spend money. Because I remember at one point, I also went through the recovery process and was in a rehab, and I had to live off $7. In which case, for me, coming full circle today to be able to give away and do some of those things is really some of that humility factor to remind me kind of where it was and what I did.
So, what is the core mission of Rapture Creative?
Yeah, the core mission is to put the power into the people's hand to do what they love, right? Like we don't believe that art is stuck into a canvas, right? Like art is what you do on a daily basis that you truly enjoy, right? If you shape a tree and make it beautiful and that's your craft, sell that. Like if you make plumbing and do that thing to the best of your ability, do that. And I think for me, like I said, it's the people who get their hands dirty and the blessings that come through that for me and seeing that growth is kind of why.
And it sounds like you spend time talking with them and finding out what is important to them.
Oh yeah, ride along in their Jeeps and their vans.
How has Rapture Creative evolved over time?
Oh, yeah, God's done some pretty interesting things with Rapture. It honestly started off with a single logo. I was given a computer by another gentleman who was in recovery, and literally that moment evolved. I think to tell you the evolution started with a single dude in a bedroom with a simple idea of like just finding joy because like I didn't enjoy my life where I was at that point. I was in a rehab, so I found art as a very peaceful way to navigate those situations. And so as we moved forward and kind of got through all of that, I just blanked out.
Oh, that's okay. That you were looking for joy in your life.
Yeah. Oh, as far as that goes, yeah. So,
And you found art.
and I found art. There we go.
There you go.
Jeez.
Great. Okay. So what's next for Rapture Creative?
What's next? Okay,
Do
yeah,
you
that
do,
goes
do
back
you
to
have
the
any
evolution, right?
yeah.
So we can piggyback on that reminder. Thank you. So what's next? Right now, we're looking to expand into the southeast region of the United States, essentially from Georgia down to Miami, targeting those same businesses. Uh, but yeah, where it started was just a single guy in his bedroom playing around with a Photoshop. But I think what really changed everything was just asking for help and being willing to listen and keep an open mind.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what advice would you give to a young creative like you, looking to start their own agency or freelance journey?
Man, it's not too often I'm in a position to give advice.
Come
You
on.
share your experience.
I think for me, the best advice I could give anyone, and in particular, and probably this room, to identify with that, would be what would you do if you couldn't fail?
Oh, I like that.
I like it.
Like,
Yeah.
I
legitimately
have
ask.
a mug that says that. I have a mug that says, "What would you do if you would not fail?"
I made it.
Wow.
Be an actor.
No, I truly, I think that's probably the best bet. I mean, because you talk about the evolution of the company, I had no clue we were going to be doing what we're doing now with 3 employees and looking to expand. That was not part of the plan by any means. But I think more than anything, I had faith. I believed in the power of prayer. I believed in the help and the service and the people around me to be able to make those things happen. So yeah, I think that's my honestly most soulful advice as far as what would come from me is like I never thought I would fail because honestly I was on borrowed time. I still am on borrowed time, so I can't lose.
Okay. Any more questions for Eric?
No, I just like to thank everybody in this room, and I want to thank Eric and of course Heidi sitting here. But we have a lot of founders in this room here today for Kimmy's Zone. But just I'm so blessed to be associated with this tonight, and just a lot of blessings in this room for me tonight. And then all this four people up here, I want to thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
And just to, you're always willing to thank everybody else, but I think you are owed the biggest thanks of all. You had a vision. The tragedy that you suffered is astronomical, and you turned that mess into a message for other people. A program of hope, healing, and just to be an example for especially for other moms and dads. That's just amazing. Thank you very much for your help, Al.
Thanks, Al.
All right, now we'd like to talk about Al. I'd like to, or you, or Heidi, or both of you, or Eric, or everybody, all of us, talk about this golf tournament. Tell us about that.
Heidi. Hey, there we go.
Thank you for shouting that out.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Al will be celebrating his, can I tell them?
No, not how old I am. Don't.
81st birthday.
Oh, Jesus. I started lying about my age when I was wanted to drink, and that
15?
was 21. So I'm
Yeah.
really 60.
Exactly. No, go ahead. So let's we got a few minutes left before we bring on these worldwide entertainers. So let's talk about the golf tournament.
Yeah.
So first we have the gala, which is on May 16th. Again, it's, yeah, I'm sorry? Oh, John says he'll be wearing a tuxedo.
Beautiful.
So it isn't that formal, but that's great.
And what does this gala entail?
So we have an entertainer. His name is Jimmy Keys.
Funny,
Jimmy
funny.
Keys is hilarious. Al and I, well, Al's known him for a long time, and I went to an event and watched Jimmy Keys perform. He's a comedian slash musician, and he's very, very funny. He changes costumes, changes instruments. He harasses the audience.
I love that.
And, so it's a good time. It's fun. Lots of great food. And it'll be a good time. And that's on the 16th of May. You can go to kimmys.org and find more information there. And then the golf is the next morning at the same location.
All right.
hmm Thank
Yeah.
Now, can people enter the tournament?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're looking for players. Player.
Is there a fee?
That might have had a different connotation years ago. Anyway, so how much is the cost to get in?
I believe it is 250 per player.
Okay.
And $1,000 for foursome. Um,
And Al, is there a grand prize for this tournament?
Yeah, we have anybody that wins, each player gets a prize, and we're putting them together now. And but in golf, it's just supposed to be a lot of fun, and also it's for the charity. But we do give away gifts and trophies and things like that. But also too, the gala the night before is going to be an auction the night before, and we're getting those items together right now, donated.
Okay.
yeah, one really cool thing that we do for the golf is have the Lee County Sheriff's Department come out. They fly their helicopter over and they drop golf balls. So golf balls are pre-purchased and a number is picked after the golf balls land. A number is picked and then there's a winner. They win cash prize.
Very good, very good.
Wear
All
a
right,
hat.
well, go ahead, Joy.
Wear a hat.
You
Wear a
don't have
hat?
to catch the
A
balls.
hard hat.
Oh,
Oh, a hard hat for the golf balls. Yeah, sort of like that episode of WKRP in Cincinnati where they drop turkeys out, and never
They
mind.
found
You
them
got to
holding
be
the
you got to be
flag.
old to remember that. Anyway, Eric, give Eric a nice round of applause. S- This part of Rated R for Recovery, this part is Kimmy's Corner, brought to you by Kimmy's Recovery Zone. When we come back, we have Alan and Kelly just off their world tour. Right after this.
Well, I suggest that somebody that does has an addiction or a family member that has an addiction is to visit Kimmy's, to sit down and just talk first to see what solution can do to help that person. Nowadays, it's different from when I grew up. I mean, there was marijuana, cocaine, heroin, acid. Now there's a new drug, fentanyl, that is just killing people. To see the lives that it's taken over the last 4 years, I mean, you're talking over 500,000 people, that's scary. It's very scary. To have that awareness, though, I think parents in general should watch their kids, the people they hang out with. And if they do need help, to reach out to Kimmy's. It's important because you have a program to guide you the right way, to do the right steps, to get them help, to get the right thing. I mean, even if you are a veteran, I mean, so if they are here in the Lee County area and you could find Kimmy's, there is an opportunity to get help. Call Kimmy's. Reach out to somebody from Kimmy's and they could help. I came from Huntington Beach, California, and it went from being one of the safest cities in America from 1993 to 1998 to being, I think, 48th in the state. From being number one in the country to 48th in the state. The drug use there just got worse and worse because the community stopped caring. When the community stops caring, that's when you lose your community, and that shouldn't happen. That's what made me move here, is watch this community come together to help. And it's just going of, what do you want your community to become? You want it to become a news article of, oh, we got another drug addict here. Oh, there's a bunch of homeless people, encampments here who are all on drugs. And don't get me wrong, I think that people that go through problems, they gotta be responsible for their actions. They gotta make sure they do the right things. But at the same time, if you're able to get help from somebody like Kimmy's and have the community to support that, to make sure this city stays safe, that's where it starts. It starts with the community coming together. As I seen after Hurricane Ian, I saw a community come together and it gave me hope for this country. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I think the support that the community does continue to give is to Kimmy's, to make sure that there isn't family problems, that loved ones are lost. And if the community wants to help, we have a gala for Kimmy's golf charity. Come out and join. Come out and donate. Help the community. Make sure that this community doesn't fall. make sure we can rise and be successful and be one of the strongest communities ever. And that's why I'm here. I want to help. I won't be able to be here because I'm actually going out of town for stem cell injections for my neck because of all my surgeries I've had. And then I'm going to work with UFC. After 15 years, they're finally calling me back to do some work with them. So hope I get put right in the right limelight again with them. I would love to be at the event, but maybe next time. But for now, hopefully everybody could come out, support, donate, and help this community because it needs it.
Struggling with life's challenges? At The Next Step, we're here to guide you to a brighter tomorrow. Whether it's counseling, recovery support, or simply finding hope, we provide the tools and community to help you rise. Take the first step toward healing today. Visit thenextstep.org and discover how we can support your journey to wellness. Remember, every step forward is a step toward a better you. The Next Step, your path to hope, starts here. With offices in Fort Myers and Naples, 844-639-8371.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254.
Not everyone has the luck of the Irish. If a friend or family member is in trouble, call Shamrock Bell Bonds. Put our number into your phone, 239-332-2245, 239-332-2245, or go online at gobailmeout.com. Shamrock Bell Bonds provides fast, reliable service. Shamrock Bell Bonds, 1528 Broadway, downtown Fort Myers. Look for the Shamrock, and maybe luck will be on your side.
Hello, I'm Michael Manzi, owner of JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673. When starting this company 3 years ago, I had no clue that we would grow to what we have become. There is one thing I can say that we have done from the beginning is take pride in our work, making sure every customer we do work for is satisfied from beginning to end. Offering residential painting all the way to commercial painting with jobs done in a timely manner, with highly skilled professionals giving you top-of-the-line work. To help you create your new look, call JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673.
Struggling with addiction? You're not alone. At Phoenix House Project, we believe in second chances and brighter tomorrows. Our proven programs offer support, hope, and tools to rebuild your life. With expert care and a community that understands, transformation starts here. It's time to rise, reclaim your life, and become the best version of yourself. Visit phoenixhouseproject.squarespace.com today or call 239-244-7876. The journey to recovery begins with sober living. Phoenix House Project, where hope takes flight.
Kimmy's Recovery Zone, where hope meets action. We're here to guide the journey from treatment to thriving, healthy living. With peer support, public education, and vital resources like housing, employment, and Narcan training, we're building stronger communities. Ready to make an impact? Together, we're creating a network of recovery, resilience, and renewed lives. Kimmy's Recovery Zone, your hub for healing and hope. Visit us online today at kimmysrecoveryzone.org. It's not how we survive, it's how we thrive.
Join us for connection, encouragement, and real transformation. At Celebrate Recovery at Grace Church, we celebrate God's healing power through the 12 steps of recovery and the life-changing principles found in the Beatitudes. Whether you're overcoming a hurt, habit, or hang-up, Celebrate Recovery offers a safe and supportive community where you can grow, heal, and thrive. Add to your recovery because you're not alone, and healing is possible. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at one of the 3 Grace Church locations. Learn more at egracechurch.com/recovery.
When children have to play inside so they don't disappear.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery.